Offshore gold is the perfect asset to prevent your wealth being confiscated. The main benefit of having an offshore gold stash is that it's much more difficult for a creditor or government to confiscate, and it doesn't get confiscated by stealth by inflation. Offshore gold is not reportable to your home tax authorities. The disadvantage of gold is that it must be stored somewhere. If you're not going to keep it at home, which is a bad idea, you must have a safe place for it to be stored. Here are 5 ways to make sure your gold is stored safely. Never hold assets in your own name with a third party. You must hold your gold in a non-bank storage facility. Assets should always be owned by an offshore company, which in turn should be owned by a trust. Store your offshore gold with non-bank, trusted precious metals vaults. There are several precious metals dealers who offer secure storage of their clients' gold. There are vaults in most countries. Store your gold in a safe deposit facility. Safe deposit facilities exist in most major cities. It's important to make sure it's not connected to a bank. You can rent a safe deposit box under a company name. You could even rent a safe deposit box under the name of a company with bearer shares. In this way, the contents of the safe deposit box can be transferred to whoever holds the bearer shares. Rent a secure storage unit. Another solution is to rent a typical storage unit. Rent one of those and hide your gold stash in a small safe under a pile of junk. Pay the rent for a few years in advance and make sure it's well secured. Have secret hiding places in your overseas homes. If you own second or third residences overseas, you could hide your gold in secret locations within your own property. You can hide gold underground or amongst junk in the attic. You just have to use your imagination to come up with great hiding places. Having a stash of offshore gold is just one tool in your asset protection toolkit. It should be combined with other assets like cryptocurrencies and offshore bank accounts. The more diversified you are, both geographically and in terms of assets, the better off you'll be in the future. If you'd like to dive into more detail about asset protection strategies, get yourself a copy of Bulletproof Asset Protection. Learn how you can open top-secret bank accounts and secure your assets in the safest jurisdictions around the world. Anyone with wealth must have this essential information. Follow the link in the description for more details.